Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. So now Keith Thurman has had a change of heart. Remember that Boosie ass show? Well, now Keith Thurman has decided, well, now he won't smoke with Bud. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, and you guys forgive me for this because I usually don't do this shit. I really try not to, like, pocket watch and all that type of shit, but I'm really starting to believe that some of these boxers is running out of money and they don't have the finances that they say they have, and basically they need to get back in the ring. Look, at the end of the day, they athletes. And they probably live from fight check to fight check. And I think now some of these dudes is running low on funds. So now they feel like, hey, I need a big fight. And at the end of the day, Keith Thurman is about to be on the outside looking in because Manny Pacquiao has said, hey, man, no rematch. Doesn't seem like Danny Garcia is interested in a rematch because he possibly could get Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. So he's sort of like, nah. You know, same thing with Sean Porter. Sean Porter is possibly looking at Bud. Now, I talked to Kenny Porter earlier. Kenny told me nothing is in the works as of right now, but he said basically him and Sean is working hard, training, you know, just in case something comes up. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know that is April, about to be the middle of April, and the last big fight was in February, and then before that, January, and then before that, December with Bud. So you kind of got to wonder what these fighters are doing to stay in shape. You wonder who gonna be the first fighter to, you know, Sean Kemp their way out of a division. Because I know some of these dudes is walking around not at a certain fight weight. And it kind of make you wonder who going to be the first dude that Sean Kemp they ass, you know, out of a certain weight class and possibly a title shot or a big time fight. Or who going to go into a fight completely weight drained because they just gained so much weight to where they look sluggish. I got a feeling that they may be a couple of surprise knockouts when they do resume boxing. I'm serious. But yeah, I'm really starting to think that, man. I think a lot of these dudes be fake flossing, and that go on a lot. I know they sit up there and say they getting this, they getting that, but I do believe that some of these dudes be fake flossing. Now, do I believe some of these dudes is taking care of their money and investing it properly? Absolutely. But do I believe all of them are doing it? Absolutely not. But the thing is with Keith Thurman just a few months ago said, oh, Bud is a nobody. Bud ain't fought nobody. Bud ain't got no names. He need to, you know, get his weight up. He need to do this. He need to do that. Now, all of a sudden, Keith Thurman is now interested in a fight. Now, keep in mind, Keith Thurman is on record saying that he turned down a fight with Bud Crawford. Okay? Keep in mind, he's on record saying that. Same thing with Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia was offered $3 million to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. And he took $1 million and some change to fight Adrian Granados. And then you hear people say, oh, well, Amir Khan got $6 million. Well, that's what you negotiate for. And you know, I don't really want to get into this shit. I don't even want to get into this shit again because, like I said, it's useless talking to motherfuckers about this shit because they only see shit one way. They go to somebody else's channel and listen to them spew a bunch of bullshit. Then they try to come on here and try to spew that same bullshit and non-factual information that they received from a certain YouTuber or certain YouTuber and try to come on my channel and try to spew that bullshit to me and they don't know what the fuck they talking about because they've been given fake information and flat out lies about what really is going on. I told you, it don't matter whether I like a fighter or not or have issues with them. I'm not going to discredit them no matter what, unless they should be discredited. My criticism of Triple G is warranted because he ain't fucking fought nobody. And then as much as I like Gary Russell Jr., I like Gary Russell Jr. a lot. Dude is cool as fuck. But unfortunately, anybody that's honest will just have to admit, and by pretty much no fault of Gary Russell Jr., Gary Russell Jr. does not have a good resume. Unlike Triple G, Gary Russell Jr. has been out there trying to get the best fights. And for whatever reason, he can't get them. So, it is what it is. Like I say, I call shit right down the middle. No filter. So, once again, let's just get back to Keith Thurman. You gotta kind of wonder what's going on with Keith Thurman. Do Keith Thurman feel like he about to be, frozen out? Is it? And here's the thing. Why would Keith, for real, why should Keith Thurman get a fight with Terrence Bud Crawford over everybody else? And then here's the thing. Even if Bud was to get that fight, or should I say Keith Thurman get that fight, get that assignment, people gon' shit on it anyway, because you have people that will try to shit on Bud and discredit him no matter who he fights. There will be some kind of excuse. There will be some kind of but. That's just the truth. Let's just say, for argument's sake, okay, Bud says, okay, we'll go the Keith Thurman route because, well, look what happened to him in his last fight. Keith Thurman, by the time they could even probably make a fight, set a date, put this shit together, what you looking at, if you lucky, July, August? And then that'll be a year since Keith Thurman did fought. And more than likely, Keith Thurman would get his ass beat. And then guess what people would be saying? Oh, Bud fought a dude that hadn't fought in a year. Bud fought a dude coming off a loss. There would be some kind of excuse in there to try to discredit Bud. Because for some reason, people want Bud to fight people that's coming off losses. Now and if Bud decides not to accept the fight, you'll get people on here that'll come to your channel or make videos saying Bud is ducking Keith Thurman. And you know goddamn well, or should I say motherfucking well, Keith Thurman is not being ducked by Bud Crawford. Any man with common sense can see that. Because if I'm Bud Crawford, I would treat Keith Thurman the same way that he treated me. Get your weight up. Go fight somebody. When I tried to make a fight with you, y'all was talking this bullshit about the other side of the street. You got to come over here. And I just think Keith Thurman is just losing his leverage. I don't think he has nothing to bargain with now. And I think Keith Thurman is to the point to where he really, and I don't want to use that terminology, getting pushed to the back of the bus, because that's kind of offensive on the part of due to the the brothers and sisters that had to you know what I'm saying. So I'll just say that Keith Thurman feel like he's about to get frozen out. He has to take a back seat. Well, maybe he should take a back seat, because Keith Thurman been freezing people out. He been freezing Errol Spence out for years. But then he complained about and had the audacity to say that Floyd Mayweather ducked him, man. And I just laugh at that. That's laughable. Keith Thurman ain't got no style that Floyd Mayweather couldn't figure out. Keith Thurman do not present anything that Floyd has not ever seen before or dealt with. If Floyd Mayweather can beat Manny Pacquiao with ease, and Manny Pacquiao had a life and death fight with Keith Thurman, which, like I said, if you really look at that fight, you'll see that Keith Thurman won that fight. And I don't give a fuck what Manny Pacquiao fans think. But like I said before, Keith Thurman sort of like did this to himself because he played these games. He thought for some reason he actually was thinking that he was Floyd Mayweather. But he really was thinking that he was Floyd Mayweather, and he thought that he was the number one guy, and he thought he could do whatever he wanted to do and play these games. And to his favor, well, how should I say, until he thought that he could do that shit. And then he got a rude awakening. Didn't go in his favor. So now it seemed like he's back to square one. He's getting close to being pushed out the door, looking through the window. So, to me, Keith Thurman is coming across as thirsty. Because, like I said, he does nothing for Bud. And like I said, I already know what people gonna do if Bud was to decide to take that assignment. We know what's gonna happen. So anyway, that's all I got to say. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.